Hi, Dave Morris, downtown Oklahoma City at Jones PR, and I'm here with Casey Cornett, who has returned from his couch surfing across Europe in June. Casey, welcome back.
Thanks. It was good to be back.
Well, let's talk about it. How did it work? Give us a quick overview of couch surfing, and then how did it work for you?
Well, the couch surfing experience, when I got to finally the couch surfing hosts' houses, worked out great. Every host I had was very accommodating, took me out to different restaurants and showed me to different, introduced me to different friends and different places that I never would have found. Following me during my first week in Europe, and I am now on my way to Paris. But before I got here, I traveled all over Spain, visiting Madrid, Toledo, and Segovia, before heading up north to London, where the Beatles recorded 90% of their music. But with me traveling is Amy, who is my friend who visited me here in Madrid and traveled with me in Madrid, Toledo, Segovia, London, and she'll be with me in Paris and Amsterdam before going home. Also with me is my friend Doug, who has met up with me here in London, and we are going to Paris, Amsterdam, Berlin, and Prague together as well. I would say probably the hardest thing I had to deal with in couch surfing is finding a new place to stay every 2 or 3 days. And it being the summer months, I had to send out 20 to 25 requests in every city I was in because so many people were booked and already had couch surfers coming in to stay with them. So that part was kind of hectic, but overall the couch surfing experience was great.
And to book those trips, you went to couchsurfing.com. And then you sent out an invitation. You say sometimes 20 at a time. So you just mapped out your locations of where you were going to be.
Right, and you can't really send out requests more than 4 or 5 days in advance because it being the summer, people don't know where they are 2 weeks in advance or if they're going to travel because Europe is so easy to travel that a lot of people do it. They go from country to country pretty much on a weekly basis in the summer. So they like to get requests 4 or 5 days in advance, which kind of made it more difficult for me going to 12 different cities in 28 days, but it seemed to work out.
Started out with some friends that you were traveling with, and towards the end it was just you braving it on your own in Europe. Where were some of your favorite places?
My favorite place is probably, Lugano, Switzerland was probably the prettiest place. Day 17, and I'm in Lugano, Switzerland, and I'm just walking through the park, which is located right off of the lake. And just finished my baguette, and I wish I knew the Italian word for olives because it was in my bread, and I would have noticed it on the menu if I spoke Italian, but I do not speak Italian. But I'm enjoying today, and I'll be here the rest of the day and tomorrow until the afternoon. It was looked just like paradise, as a lot of the videos that I uploaded showed, but I mean, every country seemed to offer something that I didn't expect. Going to London and Dublin and Paris, and I mean, just things kept seeming to surprise me at every city. I kept saying it's not going to get much better than this. It can't get prettier than this, and every city I went to just kept showing me more things.
Speaking of surprises, you were playing with a dog at the Eiffel Tower in Paris. That dog ever come back?
It didn't. It was a big poodle that came, and we were just talking, taking pictures of the Eiffel Tower, and we kind of looked over, and it was staring at us, dropped the ball, hit it with his nose, and just looked at us.
Now if he comes back, you take a picture of me petting him in front of Eiffel Tower. No, here!
Come back. Oh, he felt somebody else.
Come on!
Oh, well. It was a good throw, though.
Okay, she's amazing.
So I picked it up and threw it. It took off and went to the next group, and I'm sure did the same thing for the rest of the afternoon.
I'd be the same way. I'd get to one country and think, oh, this is the best. I just want to stay here for the rest of the trip. But you had to keep moving on, and it seems like you had good experiences as you went. But what were some of the downsides?
Well, I did have about 8 or 9 different trains to take and 10 total planes to take and a couple buses, and I'd already purchased all those in advance, so I did have to, get up and go, even though I kind of wanted to stay. I'd already purchased, some tickets, and I didn't want to lose those. But I did miss one flight in Milan that was going to Liverpool, and since I'd already been to Milan, I didn't really want to stay there an extra few days, but I missed the flight, got back into Milan at 10:15, and at night on a Friday, so it was pretty crowded and had to scramble and try to find more housing. Ended up finding a random hotel just by walking in different places at close to midnight, and trying to go to sleep as soon as I could to wake up for the next day to find out what I was doing the next day, how to get to Liverpool or Dublin. Still in Milan because I took the hour-long shuttle bus out to Milan, Malpensa, which is the main airport. It's like their Will Rogers airport. But that's not where my flight was going to leave from. It was leaving from a place called Ori, which is like taking a flight from Wiley Post Airport in Oklahoma City. No one ever does that. Anyway, I missed my flight. I get back on the hour-long shuttle bus back to Milan for the third time in 3 days. And it's now 10:15 at night when I got there. And I still had a couchsurfing host coming to meet me in Liverpool when I arrived. So I had to get on the internet, get a hold of him. Then I looked for a hostel or place to stay, wrote down a few of them, went to the first 2 or 3. They were all booked. Asked if they would call around for me to look. They said they already called around. There is nothing available. I said, great. And it's now 11:15 on a Friday night in Milan. I'm pretty delirious at this point. And so I just start walking down the street and just going in random hotels. And I'm seeing numbers like 180 euros, 170 euros, which is like $300, $280. And these are for your Motel 6s. And finally I found this great place. And it's 50 euros, which is I don't know, $75 or so. But yeah, it's quite small. But on the good side, it's only about 108 degrees inside this room. There's just my own bathroom. Check it out. I know, high rolling. And I have a closet door that won't stay shut. That's a plus. But it feels great out here on the balcony. And I got a pretty cool view. But yeah, I have my own plants, which are hard to see. But yeah, this is my room. With you know, it comes, I mean, just free. It comes with a pre-1984 bedspread that's sure going to find the floor here pretty soon. And I'm probably going to go crazy and sleep on top of the sheets tonight because it is so darn hot in this room.
Were you fighting any jet lag? How exhausting was it to keep up with that schedule?
Jet lag wasn't so bad this time around. Probably the first couple days when I got back, well, it was pretty difficult. I was really tired about 7:30, 8 in the evening, and just went back home and sat around for a while, tried to unpack a little and upload videos and photos while I had some spare time. But yeah, jet lag wasn't all that rough for me.
All right, put you on the spot now. Favorite food?
Italy, Milan. Italy always has the best food, in my opinion, when I go places. Because I was eating out so much and had to eat out for 29 straight days, I didn't have the luxury to go out and really taste all, you know, the fine dining throughout all of the countries. But in Milan, they have, you know, fine dining at any price range. It was really good. I had some gnocchi and some Italian pizza, but yeah, it was great.
All right, any advice to people out there who may want to try some couch surfing?
Couch surfing here in the States is a little more difficult. You might have to do a little bit more searching and more background checks just because there aren't as many people doing it. But you have to be open. You have to be willing to maybe lug your bag around all day. We were getting into these new cities at 9:30, 10 in the morning and couldn't meet up with our couch surfing host till later that afternoon or evening. So I'm stuck carrying my 20-pound backpack around for about 8 hours some days. So you have to be willing to be comfortable in any situation. Sometimes I was on a couch. Sometimes I had my own room. Sometimes I was on the floor with a sleeping bag. So it's, expect anything and maybe ask questions beforehand about your sleeping arrangements. But you really have to be open.
Sounds like some great life experience, and you probably made some great friends. And my final question to you, have you been in touch with any of the people that you've stayed with?
I have. I've emailed back and forth. We've, of course, been linked up on couchsurfing and kind of left references for each other. And they've been, asking about the videos that I took when I was at their place. They wanted to see them online, and I've put those online too on YouTube. And it's been fun. They've talked to me about coming to the States, where the best places to go are, and I've kind of given them some hints. But yeah, it's been great.
Sounds good, Casey. Glad you made it back safe, and thanks for blogging on NewsOK with both the written stuff, the photos, the videos. Now you can find more extensive stuff on his blog and then also on his YouTube page and his Flickr account. We'll have all that stuff linked up. Casey, again, thank you.